All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for. It is time to go racing. Simon Zierk and Mike Dolling have the front row. Giancarlo and Andrew Lau on the second row. Adam Barker, Yannick Gunther on the third row. Rudolph Gunther and Mike Marshall on the fourth row. Cody Kennedy and Ronnie Wimberly rounding out the field here at Spa. Everybody getting lined up, ready to go here. As we mentioned, a large number of this field have already competed in the 24 hours, so it is going to make things a bit different as these drivers have a lot of extra experience coming into this race. And we have seen historically when they come out of these endurance races, some of the closest racing we ever see in this series. Looks like just waiting for a couple of drivers to take to the grid here. Looks like Ronnie Wimberly may not take the grid for race number 1. Simon Zierk will be in control of the start this morning. Now remember, 20 minutes is race number 1. Then the top 7 will invert going into race number 2. Looks like everybody is on the grid. Ronnie Wimberly did not make it as the pace car starts rolling. Pace car leads him up toward the final turns. He'll pull off onto pit road. Simon Zierk will control the start of this one. Pace car is in. Simon in control.
Green flag.
They fire and are away. Green flag is in the air at Spa. Down into turn 1, and everybody looks like they're going to make it through cleanly. Simon with a big gap in the BMW up through Eau Rouge, but this is where the Porsches have been. Holy cow, it gets dicey. A few of them go wide, 3 wide, coming down the long straightaway. Giancarlo in the grass. And this is about to get... Okay, everybody's getting back to single and double file. I would have been worried about him going 3 wide through that section of track. Simon still has the lead with Mike Dolling in second. The BMW's the safe choice this morning. The Porsche of Mike Marshall up to third now. Andrew Lau in fourth. Marshall picking up 5 spots on lap 1. Andrew Lau now in fourth. Rudolph Gunther up 2 spots already into fifth. Giancarlo losing a lot of track position here, back to 6th. And Adam Barker weirdly in the Mercedes this morning, back to 7th. A lot of drivers losing ground here in the early going. Definitely benefiting Simon Zierk, Mr. Consistency, out front by 1 1/4 seconds already. Mike Marshall trying to reel in Mike Dowling. Andrew Lau in the Ferrari. The only Ferrari on track is Ronnie Wimberly did not take the grid for race 1, and Yannick has had a problem. Yannick coming down through the kink, goes way wide, loses it. Hard into that inside wall. A rough start to the morning for Yannick Gunther, already on pit road for repairs. Stay with us just a moment, folks. We have to make a quick adjustment here. And we are back. Sorry about that. One little mistake. Andrew Lau now under attack from Mike Marshall. Actually, Lau has just come by Mike Marshall, excuse me, as Lau makes his way into third place. Mike Marshall had that big charge early on to make his way up into third, but Andrew Lau quickly coming by. Can the Ferrari get up there and get a win? It would be the first Ferrari win of the season. Interestingly, it is the first time Andrew Lau has been in a Ferrari this season. And I don't know the last time we saw Adam Barker in a Mercedes. He has not been in one this season. Hey, good morning, Russell. How are you this morning? Adam was one of the fastest in practice in the Mercedes. Obviously, that Mercedes power definitely beneficial on the long straightaways here. Mr. Consistency has set the fastest lap of the morning so far. In fact, Simon is the only driver to be in the 217 so far. Everybody else running 218, 219. Russell, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see you out here. Next week is Zolder, then Road Atlanta, Catalunya, then Le Mans, Phillip Island, Mount Panorama. Mike Marshall still holding on to fourth, but Giancarlo on the attack after losing a lot of ground in the early going, that 3 wide battle they had. Seeing a lot of guys pushing the track limits already in this race. Looks like Giancarlo has the, no, I stand corrected, Mike Marshall has the highest number of off tracks so far at 6. Russell, I am hoping to do some more road myself in the near future. Simon Zierik's lead now 2.4 seconds over Mike Dowling. And he is pulling away. Andrew Lau in third is closing in on Dowling. Mike Marshall still holds on to fourth with Giancarlo in fifth. Things are heating up from third place on back, as Rudolph Gunther is reeling him in, as is Adam Barker. Simon's lead now down to 2.1 seconds. Mike Dolling has cranked it up a bit. They have to be extremely careful with the off-tracks not to get a time penalty. Yannick Gunther is still sitting on pit road. We may not see him back out for race one. Andrew Lau, the points leader, sits in third place, trying to get another podium finish, while the man who is tied with him, Adam Barker, back in seventh. If Lau can hold off Mike Marshall and Giancarlo to finish on the podium, he could claim the points lead all to himself again this morning. And I have to wonder if Adam Barker, lacking in the Hello Kitty paint scheme, just with the lack of that paint scheme, I have to wonder if it's like Samson in his hair, he's just lost all of his power. Cody Kennedy back there in eighth, and I'm double checking. We have not seen Cody since Daytona several weeks ago. This is only his third race of the season. A guy we kind of expected to see up battling for a title this season. Simon still holding that lead right around 2.3, 2.4 seconds. But Mike Dolling is being reeled in. Andrew Lau has also put a gap back to Mike Marshall. The lone Ferrari on track, doing rather well this morning. Giancarlo looking for an attack down the straight. Gets a big run to the outside on Mike Marshall. Can he make it stick into the turn? Oh no, they're going to go side by side through the turn, but Giancarlo has a position advantage and pulls ahead. Giancarlo now moving up into fourth. This is only Giancarlo's third race this season. He raced at Fuji and last week at VIR, winning race number 1 and finishing second in race 2 at VIR. But does he have the speed to reel Andrew Lau back in for another podium finish? The Minister of Defense still holding on to second place, keeping a bit of a gap on Andrew Lau behind him. Andrew Lau's team, as we mentioned in pre-race, finished third in the 24 hours. The GT3 NSS team with Mike Dolling and Adam Barker finished 13th. Great job by both teams in this race, but this may come down to who learned the most over that 24 hours. And Simon Zerk out ahead still in race 1. Simon losing a lot of ground through turn 1. Looked like he overshot turn one and gave Mike Dolling a half a second. Dolling has now gone on the attack. Mike now just 1.7 seconds behind the leader and reeling him in. Simon's starting to pull back away at the moment, now 2.1 seconds. Andrew Lau is starting to close back in on Mike Dolling, and he is having to move because Giancarlo has now caught up to his back bumper. Ferrari versus Porsche as they go around. Neither one of these drivers likely to make a mistake here, so it's going to come down to who can send it deeper into a turn. Mike Marshall still has the Conliff Solutions car in Porsche in 5th place. Another great run by Mike, excuse me. Mike currently running 11th in the points. He'll pull up into 10th with Nick Sorensen being out. Kevin Gerard also not here. Might give Mike Marshall a 9th place finish, or a 9th place in the points, if he can get 2 good finishes this morning. Simon continues to lead, holding that gap on Mike Dolling at about 2 seconds. Andrew Lau sits in 3rd, still has Giancarlo right on the bumper. Mike Marshall back in 5th. Barker in 6th place now. Rudolph Gunther in 7th. Cody Kennedy in 8th. Yannick out early on pit road in 9th. Giancarlo just staying right on Lau's back bumper. That is the battle for 3rd. Simon, meanwhile, pulling out to about 2.1 seconds over Dolling. Lau still has Giancarlo right on the bumper. Cody Kennedy has had a problem back behind. There is Cody in the blue BMW. Just gets a little too much, a little too deep into the turn, but manages to get it back on track, going the right way. Obviously a little bit of a slowdown along the way. Simon Zierk has extended his lead back to 2 1/4 seconds. Andrew Lau still holds 3rd. with Giancarlo on the bumper. Giancarlo starting to look. Could not find an opportunity to pass yet, but man, he is lurking. Mike Marshall back in 5th. Adam Barker closing in on Marshall. Does he have enough time? Simon Zierk maybe seeing the white flag this time. Simon on a mission all morning long ahead of Mike Dolling. And now we've got that battle for 3rd. Giancarlo to the outside. And he gets the job done. Giancarlo to 3rd place. Andrew Lau, though, not done yet. He swung a little wide trying to build some momentum here. As Simon Zierk heads toward the final turns, let's hop in the car. See if Simon sees a white flag here this time. White flag is in the air for Simon Zierk. Mr. Consistency sends it down into turn 1 one more time. And down the hill, that BMW on fire this morning. Drivers talking about the BMW being the safe choice this morning. I think it may have been the fast choice as BMWs run 1-2. And you can see Simon, no mistakes, perfect through every turn. He has actually pulled away even more from Mike Dolling, now a 3-second lead as Lau makes a move for 3rd. And Lau reclaims 3rd place from Giancarlo on the final lap. This has allowed Mike Marshall to close in on him as they battle. Andrew Lau holding him off for a minute, but Giancarlo is looking. Lau leads him onto that final straightaway through the kink. But out of the final section of turns, it is going to be Mr. Consistency. Simon Zierk pulls off the win in race 1 at Spa. Mike Dolling comes home in 2nd, and Andrew Lau holds him off for 3rd. Giancarlo coming home in 4th. Andrew Lau, a big points morning. He came into the morning tied with Adam Barker, but with Adam finishing back in 6th, that is a good start to the morning. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Andrew Lau. Andrew, that was one heck of a battle between you and Giancarlo. Andrew, that was one heck of a battle between you and Giancarlo, man.
Yeah, that was really fun. Just a lot of back and forth there. Since like lap 1, going up side by side through a Rouge, and then the last couple laps, it was really good fun.
It definitely looked like it, back and forth, but interesting to note that you came in tied with Adam for the points lead this morning. Obviously, after this race, you pull a bit ahead. A great start to this one, and you had a great run at the 24 hours as well.
Yeah, it was good fun. It prepared me a lot for this one, I guess. But we'll see where I think Adam starts ahead of us in the next race, so we're gonna have to get in front of him to keep that points lead.
Well, a great run so far, and obviously one of the best runs we've seen out of Ferrari all season long. Great job this morning.
Thank you, Doug.
Andrew Lau came home in third. Mike Dolling comes home in second. Mike, a great run this morning, just consistent and stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, that was the plan today. Just try and stay clean and just try and stay in the mix. It paid off. I was happy with that. It was good. I couldn't catch Simon. I was trying. And every time I was pushing, I was losing a little bit of time to the guys behind. And I was like, screw this. So I just focused on not worrying about Simon and just focused on staying clean. It was good. Enjoyed it.
It definitely paid off. Now you have to come through the back, and I heard some of you guys saying that BMW was the safe choice this morning, but it seemed like it was the fast choice.
In the straights, yeah, I'm hoping this gives me a bit of an advantage. I'm gonna try and pick my way through the group. We'll see how it goes.
Well, good luck and congratulations, a great finish.
Cheers, Doug.
Mike Dolling comes home in second, but Simon Zierk is back in victory lane. Simon, it was like nobody could touch you this morning. Once you got clear of traffic, nobody caught you.
Yeah, that was a good race. Had a good qualifying, started from P1, and then from the start I ran away. In the middle, I was a little bit struggling with turn 1 because the lightning situation was so that I couldn't see my braking marker. But everybody was struggling with this. But in the end, it got better, and I got some good and fast laps in. And yeah, good win.
It did look like going through turn 1, about the halfway point. You had one lap, you went through turn 1 and just were so far off that it allowed Mike to close in by about a half a second, but then you just checked out. Every lap after that, you were untouchable.
Yeah, this lap I overshoot the braking point by 50 meters, so completely off. It was close to getting a slowdown on the exit, or because I was so wide.
Well, you managed to recover, come back with the win, and now you have to fight your way through a lot of traffic to get it done again.
I hope that the start is not a big mess going up a Rouge and on the Camel Straight. And then I hope I have a good pace to catch up to the front.
I'm sure you will, man. A great win. Congratulations, Simon.
Thank you, Doug.
Simon Zierk gets the win in race 1. Mr. Consistency, dominant this morning. Can he do it again in race number 2? Simon comes into the morning 12th in points, but yeah, he just made up a bunch of ground. Despite only having been in 2 races this season before this morning, Simon about to jump up through the points in a big way. Worth noting, Nicole Kriesel, having missed last week's race and missing again currently 6th in points, will likely slip back to about 7th. Maybe 8th place, so she's losing a little bit of ground. Look forward to having her back next week. Just a few seconds left to go in warm-up. Ronnie Wimberly getting some practice laps in here. Got enough time to run to the snack bar, get something to eat, get something to drink while you're standing in line. Make sure you hit that like, follow, share, and subscribe. Hey, Cody. Yeah, I just mentioned we've only seen you like once or twice this season. Hadn't seen you since Daytona, and surprised to see you're not further up in the field. Kind of expected to see you in the points battle this season. Good luck in race 2, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on we go. Race number 2. We'll see Rudolph Gunther and Adam Barker on the front row. Mike Marshall and Giancarlo of the second row. Andrew Lau and Mike Dolling on the third row. Simon Zierk starts in 7th after winning race 1. Next to Cody Kennedy in 8th. Yannick Gunther in 9th. Ronnie Wimberly starting in 10th. All the drivers quickly to the grid. Oh, I can understand that, Cody. Adam Barker was the fastest in practice in the Mercedes, but qualifying did not go his way. However, starting out front here, will he be able to pull away? Rudolph Gunther will be in control of the restart. Pace car is on pit road. Rudolph fires quickly. They are away. Green flag is now in the air. Rudolph getting a huge jump off into turn 1. Side by side through turn 1. A few guys going a little bit wide. Everybody makes it through. But now here comes the big question as they go down the hill toward Eau Rouge. Oh, some close calls coming up the hill. Mike Dolling right on Andrew Lau's bumper. Dolling a big run. Giancarlo side by side with Mike Marshall. Mike Dolling right behind. Too wide through here. Oh! Marshall gets loose. He's in the wall. Giancarlo holds on to it. Things could get ugly coming down through here. And now it's Giancarlo versus Andrew Lau again. Everybody stuck behind. Mike Dolling can't find a way through. Simon Zierk right behind him. Meanwhile, Rudolph Gunther out front. Adam Barker closing in. But the battle is on from third on back. Giancarlo finally taking third, but he is bringing everybody with him. Ronnie Wimberly on the attack. He is already up into 8th. Oh, Simon's around. Ronnie's around. Simon saves it. Ronnie gets a little bit of the wall. Let's take a look at some of the incidents. Starting with this incident in lap 1. Looked like Marshall just got too much of the curbing. Ends up in that outside wall. And, of course, Ronnie Wimberly's incident with Simon Zierk. Ronnie just drives that Ferrari a little bit deeper. Great save by Simon. Ronnie did tow to pit road. Rudolph Gunther has had a problem. Through the first, oh, Rudolph just goes way wide and gets a big slowdown penalty. Andrew Lau now up to second. Mike Dolling in third. Giancarlo right behind. Giancarlo on the attack, but couldn't get into the opening. Ronnie Wimberly is on his way back out off pit road. And Adam Barker has claimed the lead here early. Andrew Lau into second. Dolling into third. Giancarlo in fourth. Rudolph Gunther in fifth. Yannick Gunther back in sixth. Simon Zierk in seventh after that early incident. Cody Kennedy in eighth. Mike Marshall back in ninth after his early incident. Ronnie Wimberly back out on track in 10th. And the tail end on that Mercedes sliding through that final turn. Adam Barker has the fastest lap so far. Mike Dolling still lurking in third. Giancarlo back in fourth. Giancarlo starting to lose touch. Don't see any significant damage to the Porsche. Mike Dolling looking to the inside. Can he make it stick? Can't get far enough in to pin Lau down. But did slow him down enough. Giancarlo is back to Dolling's bumper. Rudolph and Yannick Gunther not far behind. Simon Zierk also with them. Andrew Lau in second place, almost 4 seconds behind the Mercedes of Adam Barker. Mike Marshall had... Oh, I thought Mike Marshall may have gone to pit road. Obviously not. Adam Barker continues to set the fastest laps and pull away. Andrew Lau still under heavy attack from Mike Dolling and Giancarlo. Mike Dolling looked to the inside briefly, headed into turn one, could not get there. Giancarlo gets a ton of momentum as they come out of Eau Rouge onto the straight. But does not seem to have as much in race 2 as the Gunthers are side by side. Yannick comes out ahead. Simon Zierk takes the opening and goes through. Zierk now to 6th. Adam Barker's lead now just over 4 seconds on Andrew Lau. Still, it is Lau, Doling, Giancarlo, nose to tail. Yannick in 5th with Simon Zierk closing in 6th place. Rudolph Gunther currently running in 7th, Cody Kennedy in 8th. Mike Marshall in 9th, has not been to pit. I stand corrected, he did go to pit road for repairs after that lap 1 incident. Currently running in 9th, Ronnie Wimberly also having been to pit road after his incident, currently in 10th. Andrew Lau, Mike Doling, Giancarlo still nose to tail for 2nd through 4th. Andrew just not able to close in any on Adam Barker. The straightaway speed of that Mercedes helping Adam keep that gap and oftentimes pulling away just a little bit. Simon Zierk won the first race, trying to get back up toward the front. A little wide there. And we could very well see some penalties this morning. Could see some pit stops. As many of these drivers are already in double digits for off tracks. Hey, thank you for the follow, Darcy. In fact, Giancarlo, Yannick Gunther, and Rudolph Gunther all in double digits. Giancarlo currently the highest number of off tracks at now 15. Adam Barker just ran the fastest lap of the morning at 2:17.91 in the Mercedes. As he continues to extend his lead over Andrew Lau and Mike Doling, Giancarlo actually losing touch with Mike Doling almost 2 seconds back. Yannick in 5th, still has Simon Zierk closing in 6th. Simon did say the straightaway speed of that BMW was paying off in race 1. And look at the closing rate on the Porsche. Rudolph Gunther still lurking back in 7th place as well. Team Gunther really struggling again here this morning with Rudolph starting on the pole for race 2. But already back to 7th place after issues early, and Yannick Gunther having problems early in race 1 did not complete the race. Giancarlo trying to keep Dolling and Andrew Lau in sight. Andrew Lau still losing ground to the leader, but in 2nd place, and has Mike Dolling all over the bumper. They will still have to make one fuel stop this morning. Likely to see everybody take 4 tires as well, as we have seen a lot more tire changes this season. Simon still all over Yannick's back bumper here. Simon getting his first win of the season in race 1. Oh, Simon looking to the outside as they go down the straightaway. Yannick managing to drive a little deeper. Simon goes to the outside. Just couldn't complete it, but what a move by Simons here. And great driving by Yannick to hold him off. Giancarlo, a former champion, currently running in 4th, losing ground to the cars ahead. Andrew Lau giving himself a little bit of breathing room here, about 0.6 of a second. But the Minister of Defense reeling him in at every possible opportunity. Adam Barker's lead still just over 4 1/4 seconds. Clean air seems to have made all the difference in the world for the Mercedes this morning. He struggled to get into the top 5 during race 1, but here in race 2, he is dominating. And man, that Mercedes just sounds awesome. See if we can get a better listen to it. That Mercedes just sounds amazing. Mercedes, Ferrari, BMW, Porsche, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lau and Dolling still very, very close. Dolling seems to make up some ground on the straightaways with the power advantage over the Ferrari, but the Ferrari obviously the handling advantage through the turns. And surprisingly, that Porsche of Giancarlo that looked so strong in race 1 is having issues in race 2. Cody Kennedy has had a problem. Oh, Cody just gets on the brakes. Looked like he was on the rumble strip a little bit. And it sends the car around, but great recovery. Simon Zierk has made his way past Yannick now into fifth place. Yannick back to 6th, and Rudolf Gunther in 7th. Team Gunther, we're used to seeing up front battling for wins, but the last 2 weeks, they have really had problems. VIR was not friendly to them last week, and obviously Spa is not being very friendly this week. Oh, Adam getting a little bit wide there. Car definitely got unsettled. Lights coming on as the sun goes down. It will change the track a little bit, could affect the handling. This is where the drivers who were in the 24 hours over this past weekend will have a bit of an advantage. They'll be able to adapt the car and adapt their driving to the changes in the track. Andrew Lau has now opened up a bit of a gap on Mike Dowling as Giancarlo is caught back up to Dowling after losing quite a bit of ground. Could we see Giancarlo back on the attack? Andrew Lau has pulled about a 1.1 second gap on Dowling. Giancarlo trying to use the slipstream, get some momentum to get by. Giancarlo really pushing it now. The sun is going down and it looks like Giancarlo is cranking it up. Making a move to the inside on Dowling. He'll have the outside going into the next turn. Oh, they almost touched. This may turn into quite a battle for third place. The Minister of Defense has it But Giancarlo has definitely cranked it up to 11. He is on the attack. This battle has also allowed Andrew Lau a little bit of breathing room. He now has a 1 second gap on Dowling. Adam Barker's lead now 4.2 seconds. We should start seeing pit stops next time by, as we are just about to the halfway point time-wise. Rudolph Gunther is coming in for his pit stop. Ronnie Wimberly has towed the pit road due to issues on track. Mike Dowling and Giancarlo still battling for third. Andrew Lau is about 1 1/4 second gap on him now. Simon Zierk back in fifth, about 5.7 seconds back, but he is gaining ground quickly on third and fourth place. Mike Dowling was able to settle into a rhythm in race one to come home in second place. But he has been unable to settle in here with Giancarlo constantly attacking. Cody Kennedy and Rudolph Gunther have completed their fuel stops. Adam Barker coming up toward pit road. Will he be in this time? No, he swings it out, keeps going. Lau stays out, Dowling stays in, Giancarlo is in. Simon Zierk is coming in. Yannick stays out, will Rudolph stay out? And will Giancarlo take tires here? Oh, Giancarlo missed his pit stall. Not seeing either car up on jacks. Giancarlo already rolling. He did not take tires. Simon Zierk also rolling quickly. We talked about during race one the lack of Hello Kitty on the car was negatively affecting Adam Barker, but here in race two, he seems to have overcome it. Andrew Lau in second, now 4.4 seconds behind. Mike Dowling has closed that gap back in without Giancarlo on his bumper. He has managed to close back in to Andrew's bumper. Giancarlo is back out on track in fifth. Simon Zierk is back out in sixth. I would expect to see several more drivers, if not the rest of the field. Yeah, here comes the leader. Adam is in. Andrew Lau is headed in. Mike Dowling is headed in. Yannick Gunther now in fourth. Yannick brings it in. Now the question is, can Giancarlo get up there before they complete their pit stops? Giancarlo, Simon Zierk, Rudolph Gunther, Cody Kennedy have completed their fuel stops. Giancarlo coming down past pit road. Adam Barker is on his way out. Adam Barker is off pit road with the lead. Andrew Lau in second. Giancarlo in third. Mike Doling has had a problem. Oh, Mike just gets too much throttle coming out of pit road and turns it around. Giancarlo now in third and on Andrew's bumper. Simon Zierk now in fourth, 7 1/4 seconds back. Yannick in fifth. Rudolph in sixth. Cody Kennedy now up to seventh. Mike Marshall in eighth. Mike Doling is back on pit road. Doling is now officially out of the race, as is Ronnie Wimberly. And Adam Barker's big lead before pit stops has shrunk. Andrew Lau now just 1.9 seconds back. 20 minutes to go. He has plenty of time to reel in the leader. Can he get it done? Especially with Giancarlo attacking from behind. Giancarlo quickly gets to the inside. Hey, good morning, Sean. How are you? Giancarlo takes second place. Now Giancarlo 2.6 seconds back, closing the gap again on Adam Barker. How is that, Sean? I've heard a bunch of mixed reviews on it. Andrew Lau still in Giancarlo's slipstream. Giancarlo trying to close in on the leader. He is practically flying the Porsche up through Eau Rouge and down the straight. Oh, I hear that. Giancarlo now just 2 seconds behind the leader. Adam Barker has dominated race 2, but Giancarlo is coming. Andrew Lau in third, trying to stay with Giancarlo, but unable to thus far. Meanwhile, Simon Zierk in fourth is closing in quickly on Andrew Lau, now just 6.6 seconds behind. And Adam Barker's lead is shrinking quickly. Sean, what console are you playing on? Cody Kennedy has had a problem. Coming down the hill. Oh, just snaps loose on him. But again, Cody able to save it. It is a cross-platform, ain't it? Adam Barker's lead has now shrunk to 1.3 seconds. Giancarlo on the march. 15 and a half minutes to go in the race. Andrew Lau still about 1.7 seconds back. If we get a battle for the lead, Lau could be back in this in the blink of an eye. Simon Zierk losing a little ground on third place, but still having an awesome morning after winning race number 1. Simon should pull back up to the top 10 in points. Andrew Lau needs to close the gap on Adam Barker. After race 1, he secured the lead, but Adam leading in race 2. Things are going to get a bit interesting. We're halfway through the season and came into this race with a tie for the points lead. This is going to be a close one coming down to the end of the season. Giancarlo has almost caught the leader. The battle is about to be on. Loud now almost 2.5 seconds back on the straight, but as they continue to battle, things could get interesting. Lau could easily close that gap up, and Simon has cranked it back up. Simon is closing back in on Andrew Lau once again. Adam Barker now watching his mirror very closely as the Porsche of Giancarlo closes the gap. Adam has a big advantage on the straightaways due to the power of the Mercedes. Yannick Gunther is on pit road. Yannick had a problem a moment ago. Let's see what happened. Oh, same place we saw Cody have a problem a few laps ago. And a great save. Yannick keeps it out of the wall. At the top of Rouge, and Giancarlo is there. Giancarlo looks down to the inside but does not make the move. Lau now 3 seconds back, but he'll have an opportunity to reel them both in. Adam's still able to hold him off on the straightaways, but Giancarlo has the advantage through the turns in the Porsche. And able to stay in the Mercedes slipstream on the straightaway. See, Adam Barker is pushing that Mercedes to the absolute limits of what the car can do, the track limits, everything. Giancarlo right on the bumper through the corners, though. Up through Eau Rouge is where Giancarlo has been the faster car. Can he finally make it happen on the straight? Here they come. Adam Barker moves wide. Giancarlo didn't take the bait that time. Andrew Lau in third, starting to reel him in as they battle, and Simon Zierk is closing as well, now just 5.5 seconds back from third. Rudolph Gunther back in fifth, Cody Kennedy running in sixth. Yannick out of the race, Mike Marshall out of the race, Mike Dolling and Ronnie Wimberly out of the race. Team Gunther again struggling this week. Yannick having problems in both races. Rudolph fortunately holding on in fifth place. Well, that Sean, that stinks because I don't have a PS5 yet. Mercedes versus Porsche with a Ferrari closing the gap. And a BMW continuing to close the gap as well. With over 7.5 minutes left in a battle for the lead, I'm not counting Simon out of sweep in the morning just yet. Giancarlo looking to the inside, but again does not make the attack. Just reminding Adam Barker he's back there. Giancarlo looks again, but can't make a move yet. Lau back in third as they stay single file. He loses some ground, but Giancarlo makes a move. He goes to the outside this time. And can't make it stick long enough to get the inside advantage. Simon Zierk still closing the gap on Andrew Lau, 5.2 seconds behind now. Both of the top two testing the track limits, pushing the cars to the absolute limits. And remember, none of the drivers took tires, just fuel only, on their pit stops. Zierk in fourth, continuing to close the gap on third place. Still a battle for the lead. 45 minutes into the race, and it's going to come down to the last lap. Holy cow. Here we go. Giancarlo's got to run this time. He'll have the outside into the right-hander, but the inside on the left-hand turn. He's still got the nose in, but Barker pushes it. Adam holds the lead. And Lau gained half a second as they battled. Four minutes left to go, still battling for the lead. Another car at third place is closing in, fourth place is closing in. Just a few more laps to go here. Giancarlo still looking for an opportunity to pass. Adam Barker trying to make that Mercedes 3 lanes wide. Could we see the white flag this time? Let's ride with Adam Barker. White flag not out yet. They should get the white flag next time by. Giancarlo a couple more laps to make it happen. Andrew Lau, though, is gonna, at this rate, will catch him. Giancarlo trying to use the slipstream. Adam trying to break it. Right to the bumper on Adam Barker. Cody Kennedy, oh, he is way wide on track, but he is going to hold on and get a 6th place finish. Yannick Gunther going to come home with 5th. But 1st through 4th still very much up for grabs. Lau now just 2 1/4 seconds behind the battle for the lead. Simon Zierk having lost a little bit of ground, about 5.3 seconds behind third place Andrew Lau. The Mercedes has the power advantage on these straightaways. Giancarlo's got to keep that Porsche in the slipstream, and he has been able to make that work to get the run he needs. But they should be seeing white flag this time. Giancarlo back on throttle hard. White flag is in the air. One more time around. Can Giancarlo make it happen, or can Andrew Lau come from behind and pull off the win? Lau sits in third, tied with the driver in first. Simon Zierk just set the fastest lap of the race. He had closed in by over a second on Andrew Lau. Any mistake up front is going to bring Simon into this battle. Giancarlo can't get him coming to the end of the straight. Lau coming down the hill has lost a little bit of time. Both drivers up front really pushing on this final lap. Giancarlo now looks to the inside as they go down the hill. Can't get, holy cow! Adam Barker's car gets out of shape. Giancarlo to the lead. A mistake coming down the hill. Adam Barker's car must have got on the brakes a little too hard. Adam goes wide there. Lau now just 2 seconds back. But Giancarlo has pulled out to a 1.1 second lead. And what a final lap. Into the final turn. Giancarlo gets it done on the final lap. He will win race 2 at Spa. Adam Barker is going to come home second. Andrew Lau finishing third twice. Let's talk to our top 3. Andrew, that was one heck of a valiant effort that last couple laps.
Yeah, we overheated the tires, I think, going into 17, I think it was. So lost a lot of pace there. And then when the tires finally came back, we could start pushing again. But by that time, Giancarlo and Adam were way down the road.
It did look like there was a couple laps there where you gained a lot of time as they started battling. It seemed like you had the speed. Just not enough of them side by side to close the gap there at the end.
Yeah, my internal monologue was rooting for Giancarlo just to get by Adam, just so we could bring him closer to me. And as far as points go, but I don't wish contact on anybody. But you know, if there was a moment for me to slip by, it would have been nice.
Well, still, you come home third. Adam comes home second. So definitely a good points morning for you overall.
Yeah, hope we'll stay in front of him, but we'll see once the standings are out.
Well, great job. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
Andrew Lau comes home third. Adam Barker comes home in second. Adam, what happened coming down the hill on that last lap? Did you just get on the brakes too hard?
I got caught in there's a little drain runoff thing on the right hand side. I got caught in that, and it just unsettled the rear. So I missed the apex, and then it allowed Giancarlo through, and that was it.
Well, you definitely gave it a hard-fought battle, man. It was an amazing race, and you held him off for a very long time. A great, great, great run.
Yeah, it was a really good race. I could see him coming, but I was just hoping the sheer power of the Mercedes down the straights would be enough to hang on to it. And it was one tiny mistake that just caused me to go off there. And bit of a shame, but still a great race.
Congratulations, man. That definitely keeps the points very, very tight as well.
Yeah, really good. Andrew was behind me, so that's what we needed. So we'll see where it puts us.
Great job this morning.
Thank you.
Adam Barker comes home in second, but Giancarlo, another win. Giancarlo, you don't get many passes like that.
Oh yeah, that was both of these races were so much fun. Battling with Andrew in the first one, and then all through the second one, it was a fabulous time.
It did look like that last lap. It did. If not the mistake by Adam, could you have found a way to get by? It looked like you were struggling to get by him anywhere.
Oh yeah, there was no chance. I mean, once I was always able to get the gas down a little earlier, but once he put the foot down in that Merc, he would just run away out of every corner exit. So I was trying to force a mistake for, I don't know, however many laps I was right up under his bumper, and it thankfully came on the last lap.
Well, man, you get another win. Obviously not running the full season, but still an awesome morning for points and another awesome win. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
Giancarlo wins again at Spa. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back tonight, 7:30 Eastern. We're going to have BRR Cup Series back on track. And, hey, make sure you tune in this afternoon. You never know when there might be a truck on out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope we have as good a day. We'll see you tonight.